Hey everyone, I'm Paul, aka Pebro.
And I'm Andre, also known as Meddler.
Today is April 1st, and we're back to talk to you all about some of our plans for Season 2, a number of times in this video.
Okay.
April 1st.
If you're still here, let's talk spoilers.
April Fools.
Last season, we watched everyone's favorite Noxian frenemies, LeBlanc and Vladimir, plan, plot, and scheme. Now we're headed to Ionia to find the powerful weapon they've been seeking. But we're not just going to Ionia. We're arriving just in time for the blue...
Isn't Ionia just the whole world? Didn't we talk about lore ages ago and Ionia is just the whole of League of Legends world? That's what I thought. I don't know. I always got told Ionia is just everywhere.
...of the rare Spirit Blossom flowers...
Everywhere that's not a shit place. Or a yordle-infested place.
Spirit Blossom is one of our favorite thematics.
Isn't that Runeterra?
Based on what we've heard from you over the years, it's one of yours too. Also importantly though, it's a canon event in Runeterra, meaning that the festival takes place in Ionia with each bloom. Now with each season, we set out to create distinct thematic experiences that touch almost every aspect of League, from gameplay to skins, a new champion, to a metagame, for example.
So for Season 2 of 2025, we'll be continuing to refine our approach with many of these things and a few other surprises further out.
We do want to save bigger, more disruptive Summoner's Rift gameplay changes for the start of each year, and then tune and iterate on those changes throughout the year so that we're providing a more stable and competitive experience. That means for Season 2 this time, for example, we're putting our focus a bit elsewhere, a lot of it on game modes this time.
Good.
We do, though, have some meaningful Summoners
good
changes coming this season still, and we're going to hand over to Riot Froxon now. We'll walk you through those next.
Hey everyone, today I want to talk a bit about the Summoner's Rift gameplay changes that are coming at the start of Season 2.
Okay.
We've heard your concerns about objective overload, so we have some changes that should help find a healthy balance, in addition to a few other adjustments we have coming for Spirit Blossom. First up, Articon. In Season 1, we made changes to Articon's two forms, so you would see Voracious less often than Ruinous.
And I mean, at first they brought it in so Voracious was there more often than Ruinous. Like, I don't know, the first patch when people were complaining, yo, there's not enough Ruinous in pro play, they made it so it was literally only Voracious, then they dialed it back.
And while we saw a good initial reaction to this change, we still saw some frustration around how often Voracious Articon spawns in pro games, and how game warping his buff is.
Yep.
So in Season 2, we're getting rid of Voracious Articon, and he'll have only one form, Thornbound. While he won't look different from Ruinous Articon, he will have adjusted rewards. In addition to the Bloody Roses, the team who kills Articon receives all unclaimed roses on the map, and all of their Bloody Petals are purified into Spirit Petals, which grant 25% increased effect.
So,
additionally, the team will also get a spiritual purification buff for the rest of the game that slows and damages nearby enemies on champion kill.
what? It's like an AoE. Yeah, music, what's up? It's like an AoE. AoE slow, so team fighting buff is insane. You get 25% increase on all flowers. You get all the flowers on the map. So, like, bro, if you get it, the flip is all that matters. If you steal it, or if you smite steal it, that's all that matters.
Which we think would be a more satisfying
pick up flowers.
effect. Outside of Articon, we also have some adjustments for the Void objectives based on feedback we've seen around objectives driving game pacing, especially before the 20-minute mark. First, we're changing Void Grubs to spawn a single time, which will be a bit later in the game. This should allow everyone to focus more on laning and ganking, rather than prioritizing early objectives. We're also moving the Rift Herald spawn time up to 15 minutes, and making it generally harder to avoid her damage. Another place we've seen a lot of feedback on is the bounty system. One of the main issues is that it sometimes feels like you have a bounty when your team is behind. So we're making the objective bounty system more accurate, which should help bounties feel like they're only on when your team has a lead. Outside of objectives and bounties, we're making a small change to the jungle and support roles. In Champion Select, only junglers will have access to Smite, and it'll be automatically assigned. Additionally, supports will automatically be given World Atlas at load-in.
But the only problem with that is, what if people change roles? Hey, I'm off-roll, guys. I don't want to play jungle. Yo, can we swap roles? Yeah, sure, we can swap roles. Hey, I can't. I have to have Smite. So what happens when you're in ranked, chat? What happens when you're in ranked and you load in? You can't swap roles. What if I'm duoing with someone and I get filled jungle and they're a better jungler than me? I have to run into the game and Smite? Like,
our goal is to try and reduce certain types of trolling, and oops, my team doesn't have Smite lol, lock-in failures.
But I mean, that automatically happens anyway. Like, I never see people run into a game without Smite, because it automatically changes it for you if you're jungle. Yeah, okay.
We're adding the ability to swap roles in Champ Select, so you can still ask nicely to trade. And if you're an unsealed spellbook bard
It
enjoyer,
changes roles, so if you swap, you can swap roles.
and still ask all lock-in failures. We're adding the ability to swap roles
Okay.
in Champ Select, so you can still
sorry.
ask nicely to trade.
Listening.
And if you're an unsealed
Okay,
spellbook
good,
bard
good,
enjoyer,
good.
don't worry, you'll still be able to get smite in game. We believe the ability to do this will discourage the pro play lane swap problem we saw in Season 1 without directly impacting the rest of us normies. Finally, we're replacing gray screen with a new spectator UI and adding killstreak sound effects that will play for your ears only when you participate in takedowns.
Holy shit.
We have a dev blog out now
Despacito
that goes
on a
into more
pentakill.
detail about the gameplay changes that you'll see when you load into the Rift at the
Who's
start
this
of
guy?
Season 2.
Wait.
So be sure to check it out.
He's staring at me.
Hey everyone, I'm just a capybara,
Oh, that guy.
Director of Product Management. You can call me Drew. League is at its best when you're surrounded by people who are positive and play their best. But when you have someone inting, griefing, or running it down for fun, it just sucks. So we're rolling out some updated systems that will better detect and punish people who want to ruin your games.
Starting next patch, we'll have improvements to our griefing detection systems that automatically identify and punish players for soft inting and trolling teammates.
No.
Because some people-
Hang on, bro. Soft inting? Wait, Bouse? Bouse is gonna get banned, bro. Bouse is gonna get banned. I'm gonna get banned. Have you seen my KDAs? I run it, sometimes I go 0-3, but then I carry the rest of the game. So if I die early and I just fucking have a really, really bad game, I'm bad at a certain game, or like I'm testing my limits a bit. I'm testing my limits.
Just want to ruin games. We aren't going to share exactly what the system looks for, but it's built to detect things like running around and not contributing to avoid AFK detection, for example.
Okay, yeah, that's one.
Additionally, moving forward, when you
that's
receive
good,
report
that's good.
feedback, it will include the name of the offender, similar to how the cheating feedback notifications currently work.
We know that this is an area that we really have to get right. We've been doing some tests for the last few patches to make sure our number of false positives is low.
Yeah.
And we're confident that we should see very few. We'll also continue to refine this updated system over time, and we'll talk about it again in another dev update.
Further out, there's more work we'd like to do around smurfing and boosting in particular.
Ooh.
That's something that we hope TrueScale 2 can help address, which, as a reminder, is a new matchmaking system that we've been trialing in some regions and modes. We also want to share some numbers from the Vanguard LP refunds that we added in patch 25.6.
Vanguard
As
LP.
of filming, we've refunded over 700,000 LP to over 30,000 unique players who had a cheater in their ranked game.
Big.
And since then, around 24,000 cheaters have been successfully
Okay.
That's a lot.
Aside from punishing players who waste your time by ruining games, we also want to take some time to thank all of you who bring positivity to League, whether it's through helpful and
The 10 people watching this video, one of you is positive. The other 9 of you, fucking, there is no way this is for you.
friendly comms, grouping for objectives, or just fist bumping each other after a great play.
I fist
We're
bump.
also seeing a lot of feedback on the recent changes to the honor system that we're working on. We'll be back later when we have some changes to share here.
We have a lot more details on these changes and some updates on changes we've made
It
over
shows
the
that Vanguard's not stopping all cheaters like they said it would.
last few patches.
But they're giving
and a
you
blog
a
that's
lot.
out now. So go check it out if you'd like to learn more.
All right, we want to talk a bit about modes and metagames. Like we've said before, we think it's important to consistently have ways to play League outside of standard Summoner's Rift. So, we'll be releasing a
Fuck is
new
Brawl?
game mode called Brawl.
Brawl is a 5v5
Magic the
mode
Gathering?
where you choose your champion, and it's played on a new map set in the whimsical Bandle City. And your objective is simple. Push your minions into the enemy's base to win,
Big.
and get rid of anyone who tries to stop you.
Big.
Towers, no major objectives, and nothing but your base's health bar to defend.
Holy.
Brawl is intended to be a fun, action-packed mode for players who want a
Wait, that actually
low-stakes
looks
game
good.
or are looking to get
It is like
their
tower
friends
defense.
in the league without having to deal with all the complexity.
Wait,
of SR.
that actually
Now,
looks fun.
Games of Brawl have been balanced
That looks
with
like Nexus
snowball
Blitz.
mechanics, so while you might be down at some points, you're never truly out, making it perfect for playing with friends of drastically different
Yeah,
skill
that looks
levels.
cool. That looks cool.
Whether you're just looking for a fun time trying to play with friends or just want non-stop action, we hope you'll give Brawl a try when it goes
Holy.
live in patch
Yeah, you just
25.10.
fucking fight or what?
We can't wait to see what you think.
It's
Now, if
ARAM
you
on
want to learn
drugs.
more about Brawl, check out the new dev blog.
Yo, it's
that's out
ARAM on
now.
steroids.
Separately though, we
For
also want
Noxus,
to take a
what's that
moment
mean?
to talk about metagames. We're coming off of the Demon's Hand, and we love seeing all the combos you pulled off. And that's also teaching us a lot about what has and hasn't worked with metagames that we're
You
going
guys
to
play that
incorporate in
game?
future
That was a
months.
card game,
We'll
right?
have another
In the client?
metagame coming out in Act 2 of the coming season. As with previous metagames, we're going to keep trying something a bit different each time. All right, we'll hand things over to the Skins team to talk about what they
Skins.
have planned for Season 2.
What about new
Hey
champs?
everyone, I'm Steph, aka 100
What's
Piece
with the big
Nuggets.
chopper
And I'm
chopper?
Tom, or Riot Hylia. Today, we're here to dive into Spirit Blossom and talk about some updates
Chad, I'll
to
be
skins
honest.
in general.
I don't care about skins.
And finally,
I don't care. I don't care about skins. I don't.
Okay, that just about wraps things up for today. In
New
case you
champion?
missed it, Swift Play is now out globally.
Oh.
So be sure to jump in and play a few matches if you haven't
It's
already
quick,
had a chance.
chat.
And while you may have recognized quite a few familiar faces in yesterday's cinematic, there is one who may look new. Yanara is our new champion who will be coming out in Act 2.
Yunara.
We don't want to spoil more, but we'll be back before then to share more about her and her connection to the Spirit Blossoms.
And then finally, we wanted to share that in May
Big.
we'll be celebrating another pro who has made his mark on League. This player will join the Hall of Legends. He's inspired the next generation of upcoming players, and we
Uzi.
can't wait to give him the recognition he deserves.
Uzi.
As always,
Clear love.
thanks so much for watching.
Def.
Don't forget to check out the dev blogs, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Until next time. See ya.
Bang. Impact. I don't know. It can be any of them. Yo, I'm excited for Yunara. They didn't really say much about it. Okay, I like the grub changes because I heard the grubs. This is going to be one section of grubs. That's cool. They spawn later apparently. Herald does more damage. Herald also spawns at 15 minutes now instead of 14. And Artican is just one objective that's big and it's mega. But I feel like it sounds a little bit OP, so we'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to Spirit Blossom. We just had all blood and gore with Demacia and all that kind of crap. But now we go and we love each other with flowers. Yay. Let's love each other with flowers.